Ghana news base. John Mahama sets critics straight at campaign tour in the Upper West region. Now, you already know John Dramani Mahama is the ex-president of Ghana. Now, he has recently relayed statements in defense to the fact that the main opposition party has criticized the NDC and its supporters of considering to choose him as a flag bearer. Now, the ex-president, John Dramani Mahama, has directly criticized his fault finders who think on the off chance that he gets the chance to lead the resistance National Democratic Congress. It will crash the fortunes of the party in the 2020 general election if he does. He said, and I quote, "I hear our colleagues say that don't you have individuals in the NDC? For what reason are you bringing the ex-president? The inquiry you ought to ask them is it your business? Is it your issue? It's not your issue. Allow us to make our decision on who we want." Now, it resembles Kotoko telling Hearts, don't put this goalkeeper in your goalpost. Just in case that you put him, we will score you. What is your issue? After all, you need to score them. Truly, the main goalkeeper the National Patriotic Party fears is me. You should choose a man who can win control for us. I trust that on the off chance that you contemplate it, in the event that you are searching for a man who can convey capacity to the NDC, at this point, that individual is me, John Dramani Mahama. Now, he made the comment when he was standing to constituency delegates and a few supporters of the party at Tumu in the Sisala East District to round up his 3-day campaign tour through the Upper West region. The ex-president said such statements are just originating from individuals who come from the NPP who have confidence in his capacity to gain power from them. Furthermore, John Dramani Mahama, under whose reign the NDC lost power to the NPP in the 2016 elections, is at present on a campaign tour in an offer to get individuals of his party to allow him to lead them in the 2020 elections. He has been intensely censored for the rebound, yet the ex-president is inflexible over such reactions. John Mahama at Tumu, a small town, and is the capital of Sisala East District, additionally opinioned that he will go into the 2020 elections with his reputation, saying Ghanaians have demonstrated that 2 terms in power is never again guaranteed. They will vote in favor of reputation. They will vote in favor of who they can trust. He also blamed the NPP for reneging on their campaign promises and urged individuals from the NDC to stay united and focus, with the end goal to make their party appealing to floating voters. Now, floating voters are the ones who do not consistently vote for the same political party, not those die-hard party supporters who, whether things are going on well or not, they are going to vote for the parties. Yeah, those are the floating voters. So John Dramani Mahama is trying to gain some floating voters. Now, what do you think about it? I mean, first off, this is someone who has run the country for a period of 8 years. Now, John Dramani Mahama, when he was overthrown, or when he lost the reins of government, it was a whole new ball game. The NPP made promises and focused on the things he couldn't do, and that was their main, criteria for coming into power, to sort of correct his mistakes and do better to Ghana. Now, apparently, there have been people from the NDC who have meted out their opinions, especially to people in the NDC, claiming that John Dramani Mahama is not fit for presidency. Now, the ex-president, who was unhappy about these fault finders, about these people and their comments, addressed them and made his opinion known. Now, there have been several reasons why they claim he's not fit to run the country. They pinpointed all of the mistakes and all of the things he was not able to do, when he had the reins of power. One of the major downballers, which they got him on and always put against on him, is the doomsaw. Yes, for those of you who are outside who don't know what doomsaw is, it simply is the local term for on and off. Yes, you will not know because you are always enjoying power in your countries there. But in Ghana here, you only enjoy power when the government wants you to. You can be in your room, listening to your radio. All of a sudden, the lights go off. You hear people scream, "Oh, light off." That means your power is gone. You'll be in darkness unless you have a generator, an inverter, solar, or another form of energy to keep you going. In the case that you are not fortunate, the light out might go on for a couple of days. Now, one of the points the NPP have been using against him and have been pointing out that he's not fit to run the country is because of the frequent occurrence of the blackouts or the doomsaw that occurred during his terms in power. Now, the doomsaw during Mahama's time became so prevalent that sometimes you'll be confused to think you are in Nigeria. Yes, in Nigeria, lights out is actually a normal thing there. Oh yes, they enjoy the darkness. You when you build your house in Nigeria, you have to buy a generator. It's like part of the compulsory things that come along with building a house. If you go and rent a building in Nigeria, you have to get a generator. It's compulsory there. If not, you will not be able to go about your life and your businesses. Now, Mahama was against the fact that the NPP are the ones who are trying to downplay and change the minds of the NDC as to who should run the party and who should be the flag bearer. He claimed he's been hearing them say, don't the NDC have other individuals in the party? Now, because of that, he was unhappy. And he put an example where he was referring the game of politics to the game of football, where he said he does not see how and why people in the, for instance, Kotoko football team will come and tell people in the Hearts of Oak that their goalkeeper is not good and that they should change him. And with that point, I totally agree with him. It actually doesn't make sense for people in a different party to make the rules for another party. If the people in the NDC feel Mahama is not fit, they will do that themselves. If they feel he's not adequate enough, then he's not going to be there. It is the decision of that team of the NDC. So we have come to a point where he had to address those critics. Now, he also noted, interestingly, that the reason why the NPP was putting claims of his inadequacy to the NDC was that they were afraid of him. Simple. They were afraid of him. Now, at this point, Dramani Mahama said that he was the individual, the only individual who could take the loins of government and put it to its best effect. He made these comments at the constituency delegates, where there was a few supporters of the party at a place called Tumu. And please listen carefully. I said Tumu. A place called Tumu in the Sisala East District. And Tumu is spelled Tumu. Tumu in the Sisala East District. This was after a 3-day campaign tour through the Upper West region. Since it's getting close, the days are getting close, and election times might be ringing soon, he started this campaign, to gather more people and get them to understand that he's going to come and make sure he's not going to disappoint anyone. Now, he also noted that the NPP had fears in him because they were confident in his capacity to gain power from them. Now, in Ghana, there are two major political parties. That's the NDC, the National Democratic Congress, and the NPP, that's the New Patriotic Party, where currently the New Patriotic Party is the party in government. Now, at present, Dramani Mahama is going on with his campaign tour to get individuals, of his party to allow him to lead them in the 2020 elections. Now, I was wondering whether there were no running mates, whether there were other people who are going to contest against Dramani Mahama in the NDC. But apparently it seems there's no one who's competent enough to come up against him. So now, this was one of the reasons why the NPP were questioning the NDC as to whether John Dramani Mahama is the only individual in the NDC. Now, if Dramani Mahama is not there, there's supposed to be another person who is there. Let's say Dramani Mahama falls sick or he's not around. There's definitely going to be someone else. But we are not hearing or gaining that much momentum from another person in the NDC. And it's probably because maybe the NDC are comfortable with Dramani Mahama. Now, the NPP feel that is way gone. Like, he has run for 8 years and he should not run again. I mean, how can you run for 8 years and still want to run? That's what they are saying. So the questions they were putting to the NDC was, is he the only individual there? Can't they choose someone else? Now, I've heard of a couple of other people who I think were in the NDC who could have also taken the mantle, but I have not really heard much momentum from them. So, because of this, Dramani Mahama had to address this issue at Tumu, and I repeat it again, Tumu, Tumu. It is a small town, and it's apparently the capital of Sisala East District. You know, all those people in the upper places, the north there, they will know it. But for those of you in Accra here, you will not know what Tumu is. Yes, Tumu, yes. Now, he also said Ghanaians have demonstrated that 2 terms in power is never again guaranteed. They will vote in favor of reputation. Now, this is the word he used, reputation. And we are skeptical to find out what he means by reputation. He added saying they will vote in favor of who they can trust. Now, I have to put my opinion here because I don't know if people vote for who they trust, for the reputation he's talking about, or for who will actually come and do the work. We have trusted too many people and they have done nothing. We have trusted too many people and they have done nothing. There are people who are still complaining. There are people who are still crying every day. People don't understand why when they go to buy items, the prices shoot up. Now, for those of us who are learned and who might have a little educational background, we would understand. But for others, they don't understand why when you go here, they say the dollar. When you go here, they say what? They say this, they say that. There are some people who want to go and buy cassava. When they go, they'll tell them, the dollar. So we want to understand, how does the dollar affect cassava? Everything is going up. They'll tell you the dollar. The dollar, this one, the dollar, that one, the dollar. Are we spending dollar here? Or Ghana cedis? Are we spending dollar here? So these are the comments. By the way, you should know that these are not my comments. These are comments of Ghanaians that I'm echoing out to you guys. So since prices have been going up and things have seemed to be on the economical downhill for Ghanaians, there have been a mass people who have been saying they are going to change the government. Others who are saying, no, we want NPP to stay in power. We are waiting for election to see who is going to be in power and who is not going to be. In the meantime, for those of you who are suffering, we will advise you, save, invest, open businesses, because that's the only way you can survive. If the heat in this country is being turned up and the economy becomes worse and worse, you have to look at other options, because we cannot be looking at government all the time. Whether NPP, NDC, GPP, FPP, UPP, they all PPS. They fail us. Yes, and that's the truth. It is time where we have to stop focusing on these people and focus on ways to go up. We all know they'll come and tell us nice things in our ears. And we'll do this and we'll do that. We'll build a bridge from them to make money. Hey, we'll do this. We'll all believe it and we'll shout with them. Hey, they'll get the power. Chop the meat. Then we'll be here crying. Oh, I thought you said you would do it. I thought you said. By that time, they are sitting in their V8. They've chilled the air condition to the maximum. They are enjoying life. So Ghanaians, for those of you who are suffering, please, this message goes to those who are suffering. If you are not suffering, don't worry yourself. Please find other ways to make money instead of looking at the government. Because the government is supposed to be for you. But as we can all see, for those of you who are suffering, he's not for you. And for those who are not suffering, I wonder where they are getting their monies from. Maybe they are not in the Ghana here. Maybe they are in a different Ghana. But there are some people who are suffering, and there are others too who are not suffering. So sometimes you wonder, the Ghana, is it one Ghana or two Ghana? Because some are suffering, some are chilling. How come? But it's the same sun that is beating us all. Anyway, so we'll run it up here. John Dramani Mahama says, NPP, mind your own business. If my people say I will run, it should not concern you. NPP too are saying, NDC, why? Is Mahama the only human being there? Can't you choose somebody else? Why? Every time Mahama, why? The decision is up to the NDC to make. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Do subscribe to our channels, leave your likes, comments, and yes, share your views, and let's see what you think about it. Is Mahama right, or is the NPP right? Should they mind their business, or should they not? Thank you. Have a nice day.